Welcome everyone to the 10th Annual LA Cancer Challenge. It's hard to imagine we've been doing this for 10 years. 10 amazing, inspirational, fun-filled years. Many of you here today were with us at our very first race in Century City, and I think you can relate when I say, we've come a long way, baby. 10 years ago, John Hirschberg lost his beloved father, Ronnie, to pancreatic cancer. Not wanting to sit back and grieve alone, not wanting to merely hope, but truly help, John began planning the first 5K, 10K race to honor his father's memory and bring together other families who had lost loved ones to pancreatic cancer. The goal was simple: celebrate the lives they had lost and create awareness about the disease that so tragically impacted each of their lives. John's stepmother, Aggie Hirschberg, shared John's commitment to create awareness and find a cure. At the time, there were no foundations for pancreatic cancer. Almost no attention was being given to the cancer with the highest fatality rate. Rather than merely donate to other charities that support general cancer research, Aggie passionately took the task head-on and created the Hirschberg Foundation for Pancreatic Cancer Research, the first foundation for pancreatic cancer in the United States. John's vision for this event 10 years ago has remained largely unchanged. Today, it is still a day to remember the ones we love in the middle of our crazy, hectic lives. For John and for most of you here today, it's a day to share the memories, stories, and laughter, mixed in with some tears of joy and pain. John describes this event as a red light for a day to stop and remember the great people we honor. It's a day that says, we will never forget. However, 10 years ago, this event was close to becoming a one-time event that came and went and was easily forgotten. It was in October of 1997 that the inaugural LA Cancer Challenge was held. Then called the Adidas Three-Stripe Challenge, it was the Hirschberg family's first time putting on an event like this. Despite careful planning and attention to detail, almost everything that could go wrong did. They had to pull permits for the closure of a state highway. They dealt with the construction and the streets. They had no access to the race site the day before, so they arrived at 4 a.m. to set up the course in the expo. What takes us nearly 20 hours today, they had to accomplish in only 3.5 hours. They moved the start line 6 times that morning, designed and redesigned the expo several times, finishing long after the first runners arrived. They brought a boombox for music and played the theme from Rocky for inspiration. Logistically, it was a mess, but emotionally, it was a miracle. It turns out they didn't need inspiration from a movie theme. They had plenty of inspiration from those they were honoring. Families from all over the country came, from as far away as New Hampshire, to help make John's dream a reality. Strangers became friends. People who didn't know each other became family through their shared life experiences. Many of you here today were with us that first morning 10 years ago on the streets of Century City. You've walked, jogged, ran, and rode Harleys each and every year we have held this race. In doing so, you honored your loved ones and allowed us to honor them as well. 700 people showed up in Century City that first year. 700 people raised $35,000 and created a family of awareness makers, telling the stories of those loved and lost, in hopes that others will never have to endure the almost certain death sentence that is caused by pancreatic cancer. You were the start of something very, very special, and you should be extremely proud. Today, that family has grown to several thousand, and in the 10 years of the LA Cancer Challenge, the Hirschberg Foundation has issued grants totaling $4.8 million for pancreatic cancer research and has now raised over $6 million to help find a cure for pancreatic cancer and assist those who are struggling to fight the disease. $500,000 in financial aid has been delivered to over 1,000 patients and their families to pay for treatments and related expenses incurred as they battle the disease and continue living. Those same people not only received financial aid from the foundation, but they gained a partner in their fight against the disease. Without you runners, joggers, bikers, and walkers, and your unwavering support, dedication, and fundraising, the dream of Aggie and John and the work done by the Hirschberg Foundation would not be possible. Now, a special message of thanks from the leading researchers who are working with the funds you helped raise to find a cure for pancreatic cancer.
Well, good morning. It really is a pleasure to be here this morning. I want to introduce myself. My name is Howard Reber. I'm a surgeon, professor of surgery at UCLA, and my relationship with the Hirschberg Foundation actually goes back to its very beginning. I was the surgeon who operated on Ron Hirschberg, and that's how all of this began. I've had a number of responsibilities over the years. They have included being the director of the Ron Hirschberg Pancreatic Cancer Translational Research Program. I'm more recently the director of the UCLA Center for Pancreatic Diseases, which includes not only pancreatic cancer, but some of the other pancreatic diseases that occur. Unfortunately, the most common one, and patients who we see most commonly, have pancreatic cancer. I really can't thank the Hirschberg Foundation enough, and I certainly can't fully express my appreciation to you folks for making our ongoing and increasing successes so considerable. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Steve Pandal. I'm a professor of medicine at UCLA, and I want to thank the Hirschberg Foundation and you for your support.
Hi, I'm Christina Kishvavi, a postdoctoral researcher at UCLA. I want to thank the Hirschberg Foundation and you for supporting me.
My name is Joe Hines, and I'm a surgeon at UCLA and the assistant director of the Hirschberg Laboratory. And I'm also a surgeon who takes care of patients with pancreatic cancer. And we've been so fortunate to be the recipient of a lot of work and support by the Hirschberg Foundation. I remember when we first started the laboratory, ordering equipment, moving into the new space, and now we've really come full circle. And because of the support of the Hirschberg Foundation, we have many grants and are now funded. And I want to specifically thank Aggie Hirschberg, the Hirschberg Foundation, and you for your support.
My name is Tony Heaney. I'm an associate professor in the Division of Endocrinology and Neurosurgery at UCLA Medical Center. And my laboratory has become interested recently in the role of carbohydrates, sugars, in pancreatic cancer. And particularly how pancreatic cancers use sugars to grow rapidly and cause the devastation to patients that we know they cause. This work has been helped considerably by support from the Hirschberg Foundation and is moving very rapidly. And I would just like to express our thanks and gratitude to the Hirschberg Foundation and all of you who have come out here today to support us and raise funds for the vital research that's required in this terrible disease. Thank you for your help.
I'm Bill Goh. I have been appointed as the chairman of the Scientific Advisory Board of the Foundation in 2003. I joined the foundation at that time primarily because Mrs. Aggie Hirschberg planted the seed for the research activity for the foundation that allow us to start developing some feasibility project towards study and research towards the cure of cancer of the pancreas. Since then, since the seed was planted, we have been very, very successful this year in receiving the Center of Excellence for Pancreatic Disease at UCLA. And in addition, we have received a whole bunch of grants from NIH and from other foundations also, to a total almost $10 million this year. It is largely the support of the Hirschberg Foundation that planted the seed that allow us to be able to create this Center of Excellence. We are so grateful to all your support that allow us to be able to join you in the mission of the Hirschberg Foundation to find a cure as well as to prevent the disease in the future. Thank you.